Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, last session we discussed about various JavaScript reference techniques. In how many ways JavaScript refers HTML elements, we learned. What are those various methods? By using DOM hierarchy, by using name, by using ID, by using query selector. Query selector also used. And we discussed about how to deal with output methods. So, two important output techniques we learned. One is alert, another one is confirm. There is another important, we have document.write. Document.write is nothing but, so document.write, it presents output on a new screen. It presents output on new screen. For that, you have to use document.write. New screen, it presents output on new screen, just a new screen, not new page, new screen. So it can render plain text, or it can render complex HTML. It can do both of things. Ordinary text it can render, or complex HTML also it can render. Document.write, see. So we will take our example here. Now in this example, in this example, we have a message displayed in alerts. We are displaying the message in alerts. We'll run this. Okay, on delete button click, it is showing, are you sure? You click OK or cancel. When I click OK, then it is displaying an alert record deleted. I don't want to display alert. I can simply use, if it is true, then put this message using document.write. Document.write, what it will do is, it is going to print output. I say OK, it is going to print output on a new screen. It is new screen, not on a new page. So new screen means you are in the same page, home HTML only. You refresh the page and it is gone. Here you can render any markup. That means I click delete OK, then it goes here. You see, what we will do is record deleted, and I can put BR, line break, and I can put an anchor. Inside that href is equal to, if outside string is double quote, inside string must be in single quote. You cannot use again double quote here. You have to use a single quote. Single quote home.html, and we will give here back. So then you see there is a link generated here now. I click delete, OK, then it shows like this. I click on back, then it will get back. So I click delete, so cancel, you cancelled. we are not displaying on a new screen. Only on OK. When they click OK, we are displaying on a new screen. So if you want to display message on a new screen, then you can simply use document.write. Just what you have to do syntactically, document.write, and here your message or your markup. Markup means you can use font, color, bold, italic, heading, paragraph, anything. Any HTML code you can put there. So you want a paragraph, you want a heading, you want any markup, you can put there. That is what actually document.write. Right. Another important in the output we have, another important output is we have inner text and we have inner HTML and we have outer HTML. These three are there. Actually, console is also there. I will show. Inner text is nothing but, so it can display output. It can display output in any HTML container. So that can present text. Which containers can present text? Which elements in HTML can present text? So many elements are there. So many elements can present text. Which elements can present text? Div can present text. Span can present text. Paragraph can present text. Block quote can present text. Heading can present text. Heading can present text. Data definition, data terms, table, cells, all these can present text. Can TR present text? TR cannot present text. So you need to think little bit before using. Is that container allowing text or not? Can we put text inside the container? Then you can use inner text. So many elements are there. You can use any of this. So what is advantage? We can display output in the same page. We can display output in the same page in some other element. We can display. So for example, how it works is, let's see. So how it is going to work is, suppose I will remove all this document write and all. I will remove this alert also. And here below this button, I will put a paragraph. We will put a paragraph here. Now, how to access this paragraph? By using query selector, I can access, because the paragraph is not having ID or any name. So better I will give an ID, MSG. So when user clicks OK, then it will return true. Then when it returns true, I want to display message in a paragraph. Then how to access the paragraph? Document dot get element by ID, that is MSG, that is paragraph. Paragraph is a container. Is it having value? Paragraph is not having value. Then inside paragraph, how to display text? We have to use inner text. Inner text, and we can display record deleted. This is the message. Else what we will do? Same, document get element by ID, and message dot inner text. So cancelled. So you cancelled. This message should come. Now you see here, when I click on delete and I click OK, record deleted will show here only. That means we are not displaying in alert or confirm or new screen. We are displaying in the same page. Where that's your wish. You can put a heading or a paragraph or a div or a span or anything. So you can display here. I click on cancel, then it will cancel. Right? That is how you can manage output. But one problem with inner text is that what is problem with inner text is it cannot present markup. That means you can simply say it is RC data type. It cannot present markup. It can present only plain text. What does that means? For example, when user clicks delete and OK, then this record deleted must display in red color, bold red color. So I will do one thing. Record deleted, here I will put this message in a font, and you know how to apply font color. Color is equal to what? Red. And I will keep B. B is bold. B is bold. Okay. You can use markup, but inner text will not allow. That means now you see, I click on delete. Record will be deleted. Okay. And it shows that markup directly. That is the problem with inner text. So you can go with inner HTML. So inner HTML, it is same as inner text, but supports formats. That's it. That means if you want to present with formats, then you have to go inner HTML. Only plain text, then inner text. That means now see here, instead of inner text, I am using inner HTML. Then automatically you can see now, I click on delete, I click OK, then it will be red bold. So that means you can apply some markup. Cancel is inner text. It is using inner text. And this is using inner HTML. If I use inner text for that also, it is not going to present it. It is presenting plain text content as it is. That is what difference between inner HTML and inner text. That is important. Now, what is outer HTML? Outer HTML is nothing but actually inner HTML presents the markup. Inner HTML presents the markup within existing markup, within existing element. But outer HTML will replace the existing element with a new element. It will replace the existing element with a new element. That's what actually this outer HTML will do. That means I will show you what inner HTML problem is. Inner HTML problem. Let's see. First example up to this I will give. I will copy this example. This is for normal. This example is for inner HTML and inner text. Now let's see what is outer HTML. Outer HTML means, suppose we are not presenting font and all. I am just using a heading. In the heading, I am just giving some text as record deleted. This message we are giving. Now observe here, where you are presenting this heading. We are presenting that heading in paragraph. That means now paragraph also will be there. Inside paragraph, heading will be there. Why? One is enough, na? Either paragraph or either heading. You have a paragraph. Inside paragraph is empty. Inside paragraph, you are putting a heading. That is space wasted, because paragraph will have line break above below. Paragraph will have some space. Heading will have some space. You see here now what happens. Let's right click, inspect, and go to elements. In the elements, see this paragraph. Currently the paragraph is there. I click delete and OK. Inside the paragraph, heading will come. Inside the paragraph, heading is coming. That means you are wasting the space. That means why you need a paragraph if you are using heading? Either paragraph or heading. Then what you can do here is simply, instead of using inner HTML, you can use outer HTML. You can use outer HTML. Outer HTML means what happens now. See, we have a paragraph here. I click on delete and OK. That paragraph is removed and heading will come. That means now no more paragraph here. Only heading is there. That looks better. Otherwise, you are unnecessarily using an extra element. Then it will be a burden to page. We have to remove that and put this one. So without removing, you want to put some content inside it. Then we have to use inner HTML. By replacing that, you want to put the content. Then by using outer HTML, right? So we have two important things, inner HTML and outer, right? Same example, only one we have to change this. That means what outer HTML will do is, so outer HTML will replace the existing element with the new element. So this is the syntax actually for outer HTML. So that means now what it will do is, this paragraph is having an ID called MSG. This paragraph will be removed and it will be replaced with heading. That is simple to understand. These are all output techniques. So depending on situation, we use any of these. We use alerts, we use confirms, we use inner HTML, inner text, we use document.write. These are all good for users. For developers, we have some messages. For developers, you have console methods. Console methods are not for general people. This is only for developers. You should not use this when you are publishing a website. When you are developing a website, testing a website, there you can use it. When finally website is published, it is going live, you should not use this console method. These are for developers, because developers need to know what activities are performed behind, so that general people need not to know that. For our confirmations, we use these console methods. Actually, console methods will have a log. So console methods will have like debug, console like info, console like warn, console like error. These are all so many. So these are all so many methods. That means all methods are same, but different contextual. Contextual means you know already. In Bootstrap, you learned contextual, primary, success, danger. Danger means error style, red color will come. Similarly, error means error style. Warn means warning style, like that. These are for not for everybody. These are only for developers, right? To know what is happening in the background, testing and everything. For that, we need that. So you don't need to use this generally in publishing, right? So see here, suppose when user clicks the delete button, clicking the confirmations and all, see, I am writing here on delete click. I will write here console.log. I will use console.warn. Warn. I will give a message delete button clicked. This message I given. Okay. Now another point here is I will just use console after delete button is clicked. True. True means when they click OK. That means I will put console.error. Console.error. I will put a message like delete confirmed. Confirmed like this. Delete confirmed. That is the message. And when they click cancel, I will use console.log. I will say delete cancelled. Delete cancelled. This message I will give. Now, usually what happens is, observe, to see those messages, you have to go to console now. In the console, we have elements and console in the debugger. Now I click on delete button, then confirm, okay. Now you see those messages will come. That means delete button clicked in warning style and error style, delete confirm. Actually, this is for debugging, testing our projects. And this general people don't know because they don't know debuggers. They will never come to debuggers. For general people, whatever you want to show, you show on the screen, not in the debuggers. This is not displayed on the screen. This is only on debugger. Who will see that? Only developers will see that. So when we go inspect and go to the console, in the console it will show, right? One is error, one is warning, like that. I click on delete again, delete button clicked. I click cancel and it says delete cancel. Delete cancel. It will show that message delete cancel. And see, it is showing some errors by itself. Those errors are nothing but they are displayed in same style. Like that, we displayed our own message. Our own message. This is developers output actually. So you don't need to use this for general output. You have to use this only for development. That means you want to know whether click happened or not. You want to know what results it is returning. As a developer, you want to verify the results are correct or not. All such verifications, results you put in a console. But finally, we remove these console methods when we are publishing the websites. When you are making the website live, there should not be any console methods. They are only for development stage. So we don't require these every day in regular presentations. We use all the above 6 methods, right? Here you can simply put a option like, so console.log some message. Similarly, console.error, so some message. Like this you can define, right? That is the basic example. This is example. Let's take this example. I will copy this. Here I am extra adding those console methods also in this, right? These are all output techniques. That means how we can display output, and some are for users and some are for developers. So one is alert, another one document dot write, another one inner HTML, and inner text, outer HTML, and console methods. That is output, how you can manage the output. Now next important, how we can handle input. JavaScript input techniques. In JavaScript, how to provide a value to the page, how we can input some value. So for that, two methods are there. One is you can use prompt, another one you can use form input elements. By using prompt and by using form input elements, you can manage input. Input can be managed by using these two. Later in future, you will learn some more techniques. Initial primary methods are two. Input can be defined by using prompt and form input elements. What is input? I will tell you simply here. Actually, let's take a new page. So input.html. Okay. And in this page, we are just defining button. So create a new folder. Like this I am giving. And I will put a paragraph below. Okay, so let's run this and see, create a new folder. And what should be folder name? If you are creating a folder, there must be some name for folder. That means when you click this button, create folder, it should ask what is folder name, right? Then you have to input the name. You have to give a name now. So that means we want to take input from the user and use that input as name, folder name. So how to take input? From where he will type? So actually, in this page, I can see input here. Understood? Here there is a facility to click and type something. Am I right? If I type there and input, from there also I can input. That is called query string. We call it as query string. We can input from query string also. That is a very big concept. Later we will learn. Currently we are discussing inside page. Then what we can do is, for that we will write here on click. On click means create click. I am writing create click function. So let's go to script. In the script function, what is the function? Create click. On create click, we need to take a value from user. We have to take a value from user. Now, how we can take a value from user? What are the medium? We can use a prompt. What is prompt actually is, generally prompt, here I will show you prompt. Actually, what is the purpose of prompt is, it pops up an input box. It will pop up an input box. So you can input a value in input box. You can input a value through input box. You can input a value through input box. That is a simple concept. You can input a value through input box. But when you see input box, you will not be satisfied. Why? Because that input box looks plain, normal, and you can input only plain text. For example, how to write syntactically. Syntactically, we have prompt, and here we are defining message, and comma, you can put default value. That is the prompt syntax. Prompt message and default value. So here I will simply write prompt, and here message. Message is I am writing enter folder name, and comma, default value empty. Nothing is default there. Empty means empty quotes. You can put some default value. So default value, suppose new folder, some value. You can give any name. So now see what happens when I click on this create new folder. It will get this pop-up. Same like alert, same like confirm, because OK and cancel both are there. But it got an input box. In that input box, you can remove the default value. You can put any name, like some movies. So this is not great. Why? Because if I want to input two values, there is only one text box. So can I get another text box? No chance. Only one. Suppose I want to input through radio button checkboxes. Can I put radios and checkboxes here? No chance. Then you have to design your own pop-ups like this. Already we know model. Na? We learned about Bootstrap model. We can design our own. But by default, if you are expecting a simple plain text input, then this is okay. This is enough, right? But see here, now what is the result of this? How many consequences are there? There are so many consequences. What are consequences? User may click OK. User may click cancel. User may click OK with value or without value. Cancel with or without value, same, no problem. Cancel have only one situation. Cancel means cancel. But OK have two situations. With value OK, without value OK. Two situations are there. So what happens here is this prompt, actually prompt returns the following. What it will return? Prompt returns null. Prompt returns null. It returns null on cancel click. Cancel click. Actually, confirm box returns what? Confirm box returns false. When you click cancel, confirm box return false. But here it is returning what? Null. Null. It returns null. And it returns empty on OK. On OK without value. On OK without value, it will return null. And it will return value on OK with value. Understood? That means there are three situations for prompt. You have to write for all the three situations. You need to write for all the three situations. Let's see. That means first important, whatever result returned by prompt, you have to store that result here. That means I will declare a result is equal to. Just like we created a flag for confirm result. That means result of prompt is stored here. Now see here. What is the situation? If result is equal to null, what does that means? If result is equal to null means they clicked cancel. So we will put an alert. You clicked cancel. This message cancel. This message we will give. What is another condition? Else if another condition is that. Another condition is if result is equal to empty. If result is equal to empty, then we will put another alert saying that please provide a name, because it will return empty when there is no name. If is not both, that means it is not null and it is not empty. That means it is having some value. We will display the value inside paragraph. We will display the value inside paragraph. How to access that paragraph? Document dot query selector. What is it? Paragraph. Because only one paragraph is there, I can try this. There is no ID, name, nothing. So inside HTML, inner HTML, I want to display folder created. And what folder created? What is its name? Its name is present in result. That means I will add that result plus result. That means to this message, this result is added. Concatenation combines them. Okay, now let's run this and see. So here I will refresh. Yeah, I click on create folder. I clicked on cancel. When I clicked on cancel, it says you canceled. You clicked cancel. Okay. I clicked here and empty. I am clicking OK with empty. Then it says please provide a name. Right? Okay. Now we will click new folder and we will provide a name called some movies. And click OK. And it says folder created movies. It will display. But here one more is, see, I click again create new folder. I click cancel. It is cancelled. Okay. I am using empty. It says empty. Please provide name. Okay. I click some music and I okay. Then it will put that one. It will replace the old one. So obviously, because whatever latest is there, it replaces old. You can do simple technique here. We can just put plus equal. Plus equal that message means keep the existing and add the new one. Keep the existing and add the new one. And in that case, after every result here, plus we will put a BR. BR means break, line break. That means next message will be in next line. Otherwise, it will combine beside it. Right? Okay. Now see, create new folder. So music. Okay. Create new folder, some movies. Okay. Then it will add. We are adding the messages. So I said, click here some software and it will add. This is taking input from the user. If input is only one and input is not complex data, it is a simple data, then better go with the prompt. You don't need to design any forms or anything. You just use the prompt. So, but prompt have three consequences. User may click cancel. User may click OK with value, OK without value. We have to write logic for every situation. This is generally prompt. Example for prompt. That is example for prompt. But we are not satisfied with the prompt, because if I want password, then whatever user enters in prompt, it will be visible. I want choice like radios checkbox. It's not possible in prompt. Then what you have to do, we have to design our own by using form input elements. We can use form input elements. Form input elements, you know, what are those? Text box, checkbox, radio, am I right? Radio, drop down, all these you can use. Means number, date, range, color, so many are there, we can use them. So by using these input elements, we can design, we can collect the data, and we can use it. Let's see one simple example here. Means how we can handle input from the user. Let's see. We will do one thing. That means we have to design a form, interaction like form. Let's see. Here I will do a design. I will add a new file, form input.html. Okay. And here I will link complete bootstrap. I will give here as form input. And here I will use the complete bootstrap means, you know, link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is equal to node modules, bootstrap icons, font, bootstrap icon dot css. Link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is equal to node modules, bootstrap dist css, bootstrap dot css. Right. And in the body section, I am using script. Script source is node modules, jQuery dist jQuery.js. And we have script source, that is node modules, and bootstrap and dist js, bootstrap bundle.js. You know how to put complete bootstrap. And here we are designing a button. So let's put, because we are using bootstrap, container fluid. And here I'm giving a heading, suppose products of form input demo. Okay. And here I will keep a button. So class btn and btn primary, and add new product. Add new product we are defining. That means we are defining a button called add new product. Let's see. That is add new product. When I click add new product, a form should come. Just like prompt, we want to display a pop-up. A pop-up should display. In that, user must able to enter details. We want to design our own way. Then you know what to do. Here we will use a div. For this class, I will give model. And you know, it will have an ID called, ID is new product. Okay. And this model, you know how to design a model now. Class, what is it? Model dialog. In the model dialog, we need to keep a model content. In the model content, we need to create model header. Right? In the heading, I given as register new product, or say add new product. And here I am defining a simple data list, and data not here, because it is header. We will put a button, class as btn close. Okay. And data bs dismiss is equal to model. Okay. So then we have another div. the class model body. Here we will create a data list data term. So name and input type is equal to text and a class as form control. Form control. Okay. Another data term price. Input type is equal to text. Class form control. Okay. Another one is here. We will define stock. Okay. And here we will add input type is equal to checkbox. Checkbox. And I said available. Okay. And another data term is shipped to. And here we will keep a drop down select. As of now, we are using simple elements. Later, you will learn so many radios, checkbox, all combinations, how to use them. So we are keeping sim. So for this, we will put a class form select. And here we will put a class form check input. Form check input. Right? These are all things we define. Now all these are ready. Now let's put the body section is done. Okay, so here we will keep this. So we will keep this here. This is model body. Okay, we will keep another container. This is class model footer. And in model footer, we have a button and we will say add. Another button we will put cancel. So we will put here add product. Okay. And the class BTN and BTN primary. And here the class BTN danger. And the data BS dismiss is model. That is for cancel button. Now this model should pop up when user clicks add new product button. So data BS what toggle. Toggle is a model. Data BS target. Target is a hash new product. Okay. Now you can see when I click on new product, then it will pop up the details. That is a new product. Now here user must able to enter the details and click add product, and whatever the product is added, those details must display. That means whatever details entered here, we need to collect the details and show in the background what details they added. So technically, now how to collect the data from this? Initially close and cancel are ready. When I click on cancel, it will cancel. We will put a little bit fade effect for that. So this is the new product, and cancel. So we will use one more is here below this model button. This is complete model. Okay. Yeah. This is model finished. Here I will create another container div. I will keep an ID as details container. Details container. Okay. And here I am using data list, a heading as a product details. And in the data list, data term is name, data definition empty, data term is price, data definition empty, data term is stock, definition empty, because those values will come dynamically. Another one is shipped to, and data definition. Okay. Now you can see those details are present here, the product details. Now I want here these details to display side by side or something. Class I will give row, and for this class we will give call. Call how much? 3. All terms will have 3. All terms will have 3. Okay. Yeah. And all definitions will have call 9. All definitions will have call 9. That means we are keeping side by side. Terms and definitions we are keeping side by side. And okay, this is fine. All the details will be there. Now, generally, this product details should not display until or unless we added. By default, it is showing that container. We will hide it. That means whenever page loads, I don't want this details container. Details container. So let's go to the body. We will write on load. On load means when page loads, body loads. Body load. I will write body load. Let's write a script. What is the script? Function body load. On body load, we have to hide details container. That means document dot get element by ID details container. To that I need to apply style. Then we have to use dot style. Which style? Display. So dot display. What should be the display value? Display value is equal to none. That's how we apply. Dynamically we are applying styles. That means now when body loads, it will not be there. And when I click on add product, and after that I click on add product button, on this button, it should display again. That means on that button click, 2 things should happen. One is this dialog should close, and we need to collect the data from form and display inside the data list. So how to close this dialog on button click? You know, for that we will go to add product. Here we will write data BS dismiss what? Model. Not only that, in addition to that, extra functionality to be performed. That means we have to write on click. On click, we will write a function called add click. Add click. Okay, let's write the function above. So here in the script, we are writing another function. What is it? Add click. On add click, document dot get element by ID. What is it? Details container. Details container dot style dot display. Display is what? Block. That is what we are doing. Okay. Now see, add product and I click on add product, then it will display the details. And very important, when it is displaying the details, I don't want to show these details. That's your wish. That means what you can do in that case, you have to put this also in a container. We have to put that also in a container. That means I am using here. So adding products, I am just showing you. Now this also must be in one container. Okay, cut that entire and put in a container. Okay, and this container will have an ID called add. When user clicks add container should be hidden. Then you can do document dot get element by ID. What is it? Add container dot style dot display as none. And you can see now I click add, I enter details. Okay, then it will display only details. Your wish. I am keeping this heading just for reference, right? So you can put that heading also inside the add container. Am I right? You can put that heading also inside the add container, then add product. Okay, then it will be only product details. Now here, one more we will do here. What we will do is I will keep here in this, we will keep a link here, anchor href. Href is equal to form input dot html. And here we will say, so add new another. That means here also I will keep the same class as btn and btn primary. I'm giving like this. And here I will give instead of add, I will use edit. Okay. That means now what happens is I click on add, details entered, click on add product, then it will get that and have an edit option. And when I click on edit, again the pop-up should come. Actually on edit, it is going the new one, right? Again, pop-up should come. So here, instead of this link, you can put a direct button. What is that button? Button class as btn and btn some info. And this is edit. What we will do? We will keep this as link button. Okay. Yeah. And here we will write like this. So data bs target hash. What is it? Container name, model name. What is the model name? New product. Na? That means we have to use new product. And a data bs toggle. What is the toggle? Toggle is a model. That means you click add product, enter the details. Okay. Then it will get edit. When I click edit, it will open the pop-up again. Where is it? Again, pop-up where we return the button. It is hidden. Na? That means actually this container is hiding. That container is hiding actually. Oh, this container we are hiding. So we will do another design. Okay. This edit also should show the pop-up. Okay. That container we are hiding. So we will put later then. Because if you don't hide the container, later we will put here. Okay. Let's design this now. I clicked OK. I entered all the details, some name, some price, some stock, some detail, add product. These details must be collected and they must be displayed in the data list. First, how to collect the details from here? To collect the details from here, what we have to do? For that, every element every form element must have an ID. Na? So ID, what is its ID? TXT name. What is second ID? TXT price. What is the checkbox? Checkbox ID. Checkbox ID is CHK. CHK, what is it? Is stock. Stock. So what is the ID for drop down? Drop down ID. ID is so OPT option. Am I right? OPT, which one? City. I will give OPT city. Now what we have to do? Whatever values entered inside them, we have to collect. But for checkbox, it's not value. For checkbox, we have to verify whether it is checked or not. Checked or not. Okay. Collect the value and display where? To collect value, we give an IDs. Okay. Display where? We have to display inside this container. Na? Where to display? In this data definition. So this data definition should have an ID then. Its ID, I will give LBL name. This ID, I will give LBL price. This ID, I will give LBL stock. This ID, I will give LBL city. Now we have to access when this information should come when user clicks add click, right? On add click, what we have to do now? On add click, what we have to do? On add click, we need to display this. What to display? First, where to display? Document dot get element by ID, LBL name. What is this LBL name? What type of element it is? Data definition. Element type. What is that element here? Data definition. DD na? Right. In DD, I want to display. Then inner HTML. Inner HTML. If you want to display plain, you can use inner text. What to display? The value coming from text box. How to collect the value from text box? Document dot get element by ID, TXT name, text box. How to access text box value dot value. That's it. Now similarly, second, document dot get element by ID, LBL price dot inner text. What to access? Document get element by ID, TXT price dot value. That's it. Now next, document dot get element by ID, LBL city dot inner text. Inner text is equal to document dot get element by ID, OPT city. OPT city is a drop down. Drop down also will have value. Na? Drop down options have values. Option will have text. Option will have value. Option will have selected. Option will have disabled. Every option will have 4 things I told you. On submit, whatever you want to collect, then you have to define as value. Okay, these 3 are ready, but checkbox is not value. Checkbox, we have to verify checked or not. Right? First, how to get the checkbox? That means I'm creating here stock checkbox, just roughly. How to access stock checkbox? Document dot get element by ID, CHK stock. Understood? This is referring to what? Checkbox. We are collecting the stock checkbox. What we have to verify? Whether the stock checkbox is checked or not. Checked or not. So what we will do? Condition. If stock checkbox dot what? Checked. If it is checked, means it is selected, then I will put a status called available. Understood? Otherwise I will put status. What is the status? So we will put the status as out of stock. Now where this status must display? In the last data definition. That means we have to access document dot get element by ID, LBL what? Stock. LBL stock dot inner HTML. What inner HTML or inner text? What to display? Status. That's it. Whatever status is there, you should display. Inside it, we need to display the status. This is for checkbox. We have to collect the checkbox, verify whether checkbox checked. If checked, then available, otherwise out of stock. And we will save this. And you see, I am clicking a new product. And here I am entering the new product, some price. So we are entering some price. And I selected available and ship it to and click on add product. The details will come. Whatever details are there, the details will come. And when I click on edit, it should open again. Then what we will do is actually this model here, we will put a edit button as I had told you. But actually this model, observe, this is entire model. This model is present in this container. So it is hiding. Then model cannot show. What we will do, this model, entire model, we will put outside the container. Understood? Where the model is here now. We need to know the model start and end. This is model. So this is the model end. Okay. I will copy this now. This is the complete model area. Okay. This model, what I will do is, I will put outside this container. Understood? Why? Because if you put inside the container, we are hiding the container later. Then what we will do is, now we need to keep here another button. So button, what is the button? Edit. Edit. So class BTN and BTN suppose info, and there is an edit button. Data BS, what? Target. Target is hash. What is it? New product. New product. And data BS, what? Toggle. Toggle is what? Model. Now you can see here, I click new product and I entered some name. So, and some price and some stock and some city, and click add product. Then it will display that here. I click on edit, again pop-up will come. And here I can remove the stock and click add product. Then it says out of stock. Right? I click on edit and I selected some Delhi and add product. Then it shows Delhi. We can change. That means we are just using an edit and you can do the modification. Select and change some details, some Nike casuals. So then some price here. So, and you click on add, then it will display. You have a lot of concepts actually. What you can do is, when user clicks on edit, you can change this button to update. Because on edit, it should change to update. That's little bit complex. In later stages, you will understand how do we do that. Because remember, you still haven't entered into JavaScript. This is before entering into JavaScript, basic example, very beginner level example. Right? You may be thinking this is looking very complicated. This is the first basic level example for JavaScript learners. You haven't still entered into JavaScript language. Now imagine how complicated and complex JavaScript will be in future. Right? This is just a beginning program. Right? Like this, very complex things will come, very complicated things will come. Logically, so much you have to think. Right? And if you are going to introduce for MNCs, then you are logically tested so much complicated. Because in MNCs, majority of interviews for front-end developers, JavaScript only will be there. Means 95% questions JavaScript. and they will test logically very in depth. You need very good practice in every concept. This is the beginner level example. And here many people think that we will wait until JavaScript, we will start learning JavaScript, but you cannot touch JavaScript if you are not good in HTML, Bootstrap, and CSS. Because here 90% is up to Bootstrap. Only 10% JavaScript we are using here. Because the design, presentation, everything done with what? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. What we done logically, only two things. On add button click, collect the data and show. That means here only 10% JavaScript, rest of all design. That is the reason if you don't have perfection on HTML, you cannot do anything in JavaScript. Right? So you need to be very perfect in practical of HTML up to Bootstrap. Right? So this is a simple example. And remember, you haven't entered into language. You are just learning introduction of JavaScript. You are learning only how input and output is managed. Now we will go into language. That means language concepts, variables, data types, operators, statements, then more complex examples will come. So this is one example of handling form input. I will copy this example for you. You have to try this example. This is the example. Right? Now, once you are good with this, now you know two techniques, how to handle output and how to handle input. Now we will go into the JavaScript language basics. We will enter into the language basics of JavaScript. In language basics, you will learn variables, data types, operators, statements, and functions. These are the basic things of language. After that, you will go into JavaScript, object-oriented programming, right? That we will see in our next session, right? First, you need to practice up to this, both input and output. Then I can give you some tasks tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will give you some sample tasks. You can try them, right? We will see how to handle various elements later. Currently, we designed a form with text box, checkbox, and drop down. Later, you will get radios and everything, right? So first you practice this, then we will continue in tomorrow's session. Okay, right.